Hi there, Graham here, back with an update as to how things are going with me and what I have learned during the past month. It's close to end of February, so after my last video, things were looking up. Thank you for the praise and thank you for the comments. Um, some of them were very interesting and very enlightening. And yes, meat is a way of going, and I will explain it in my video. So, here's what happened. I've been journaling in January of 2026. I've been journaling what I eat, what I do, how I feel, and I use ChatGPT to analyze the data, and it basically got some trends out of it. And in February, I've adjusted to those trends, and lo and behold, things are looking up, things are looking better. I have more plus days, if I can say plus days, than those negative days. Since I've started using the advice of ChatGPT, or like Kerry would say, Dr. ChatGPT, and yeah, things are looking great. But here is the basically what ChatGPT told me to do, as you saw in my January updates, as to what is happening with me. And there are things that which is funny, right? And this is what ChatGPT showed me, is that on days when things feels negative, when you feel awful, is days when there is some high intake of carbs. And what I mean by high intake of carbs is meaning that less protein, more carbs, which means I've indulged in maybe a cake or two, which is like a high in carbs, and then more of that during the day, and yeah, like veggies and stuff like that. And then I didn't feel great the next day. So ChatGPT picked that up from me. And then the other thing that ChatGPT picked up, when I go more protein during the day, then I feel much better. There's no complaints on my side, because that's what I did. I was complaining, I feel like this and I feel like that, and ChatGPT picked up the signals that there might be something wrong. So here's the solution, or the sort of cure that I would say that it's a very strong word, cure, but I would say that in my case was that the more protein I consume, the better I feel. Yay for carnivore, obviously, but the better I feel. So I've adapted to a more carnivorous way of eating, if I have to say so. And yes, like I said, I didn't leave carnivore alone. It's just that at times things weren't so great with me, and I had to switch carnivore carbs and see how I feel. But since I've now established that eating more protein is better for me and getting that kick out of it, that yes, I've adapted to a lifestyle of eating more meat, chicken, if I have to say chicken, red meat, and those things really boost my health, but my mental state, or must I say my nervous system. And then adding more things like staying calm, breathing in between, the breathing exercises in between, to just bring a calm, cold showers to make things calm, leaving the what you call it, the cell phone at night, and just having that moment of quietness, at times reading, and I've adapted some reading as well into my chains. And here's the other thing, making things a habit at certain times. This is what's happening. So my routine is like basically changed from the norm. By 7 p.m. it's all, I'm not gonna say lights off, but it's no more blue screen, it's no more watching TV. And that is from Mondays to Fridays. Then Saturdays, Sundays, I have a slight adaptation to maybe watching a little bit later. However, by 9 o'clock it's bedtime. So slight change in the way I habits. And because of ChatGPT saying to get your nervous system in order and to take you out of the fight and flight mode, you need to change a few things and to make your system that it feels safe. And that is what I was doing the past few weeks, and I can say it does work. It does work, regulating and putting all the systems in play. Up by 4, having my electrolytes first thing in the morning, and then during the day having my breakfast. And here's the funny thing, my breakfast should start with protein. Then I feel okay. If it starts with carbs, I have a bit of a lag situation going. And you know what? It's fun. And I say thank you to all the prayers as well, because yes, another thing that is part of my program is faith-based. And I believe in prayer, I believe in God's healing, and yes, I believe in God's touch of healing. And yes, that also comes through. And wisdom, obviously. Wisdom from the Bible also comes through. And yeah, if you do things habit-wise or persistent, or at certain times, it heals. And reading Bible, it calms the system. And I believe all those things. And yes, I'm talking too much again. But thank you to all those that have subscribed in the past few weeks. Thank you for the new listeners. And if you don't know what it's really on about, in my other videos I do explain where I come from. I've been a carnivore. I've basically got off the carnivore after my hospitalization and trying to figure out what's really happening with me. And now I'm slowly climbing back on the saddle. And this time the reason is not for weight loss, it's not for trying to get rid of some tablets. This time the reason is to feel better and feel healthy and get back to where I was. And weight loss will follow. So yeah, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. This is Graham from Learning and Transforming, also known as the Carnivore Transformer, signing off, saying bye.